so incredibly excited to welcome you and start this journey together. Whether you're joining the anxiety exit, the 7 week reset to end overthinking, or if we're working together one on one, you've taken a huge step forward towards your growth. I know that for growth oriented people like you, your mind is your greatest asset, but I also know that at times it could feel like it's working against you. Today, I'm going to share exactly what hypnotherapy is, what it isn't, and how it can get you to where you want to be. I want you to understand exactly what's happening behind the scenes in your subconscious mind so that you can feel comfortable and at ease as we work together through this journey. In hypnotherapy, we're working directly with the subconscious mind to make deep and lasting change. Think of your conscious mind as the gardener. You're the one holding the seed packets. And today you decide, I want to plant a seed of calm, or I want to plant a seed of focus. You have the ideas, the tools, and the vision for what you want your life to look like. But the subconscious mind is the soil itself. The soil doesn't really care what seeds you plant. It just grows whatever is put into the soil. The health of the plants, how fast they grow, how healthy they are, depends on the conditions of the soil. If the soil doesn't have enough nutrients, or if it's filled with weeds, it'll be really hard for that gardener to grow what it wants to grow. If the gardener, by mistake, plants some seeds that maybe it wasn't aware of, maybe it dropped the wrong seed packet, or whatever it is, the soil will still grow those plants. Now imagine in your garden, there are weeds growing. Say these weeds represent outdated beliefs or habits that are no longer serving you. If we cut the weeds, sure. For a period of time, it may look like the weeds are gone, but over time, the weeds grow back. Why? Because we didn't remove the roots underneath the surface. The process of hypnotherapy is like reaching down into the soil to pull out those weeds, nourish the earth, and plant those new seeds of calm. We're going beneath the surface to clear out the old roots, old beliefs, old habits, making the ground soft, rich, and ready for new seeds. And then once the soil is healthy, those seeds of success that you're here to plant will finally start to grow easily and naturally. Now, because of movies and stage shows, there are a lot of myths out there about hypnotherapy. So let's clear those up right now. To start, you are always in control. You aren't going under or falling asleep. You won't cluck like a chicken or tell me your deepest secrets. In hypnotherapy, you don't ever lose control. That's not how the subconscious mind works. The subconscious mind only takes in suggestions that it wants to do or that aligns with your goals. If I suggest something to you that your brain doesn't like, it'll simply say, no thanks, and ignore it. For example, if your goal is to sleep well at night, and I suggest when your head hits the pillow at night, you'll sleep peacefully and undisturbed, it goes, okay, yes, I like that. But if I suggest you will cluck like a chicken, it'll say, no thanks. I never asked for anything even close to that. And it simply ignores it. You've actually experienced hypnosis every single day, or at least multiple times a week. Have you ever driven your car and realized you don't remember part of the drive? Or have you ever cried or felt your heart racing during a movie, even though you knew it wasn't real? That's also a state of hypnosis. Have you ever noticed when you're watching a show, at the most suspenseful part, it always seems to cut to a commercial? That is on purpose, and that's because they know you've likely entered into a state of hypnosis, which is the perfect time to slide in an advertisement. Making suggestions is exactly what we are doing here, but this time with the purpose of healing and growing, and making suggestions that align directly with your goals. As we move through this process together, remember that we are building new pathways or new highways in your brain. We're strengthening new paths in our sessions and making old paths, old beliefs, old habits, making those ones weaker so that they're no longer traveled down. To strengthen these new paths, we space our sessions 1 week apart to let those new pathways grow strong while limiting the ability of those old pathways to come back. Just like going to the gym and building strength, consistency is key. This is why I don't recommend individual sessions because they simply don't work. Your brain needs consistency and repetition to build those new habits and beliefs to create a strong and lasting foundation. So here is a quick checklist that will help you get the most out of your experience, especially if our sessions are virtual. Of course, don't listen or don't participate in a session if you're driving or operating machinery. I recommend to listen preferably in the evening when you're home and not planning to do anything afterwards. Pick a comfy spot, turn on Do Not Disturb. If you have family or roommates, let them know that you're taking an hour for yourself and shouldn't be disturbed. You might want to dim the lights or close the curtains if that feels good. I also highly recommend using headphones. It keeps my voice right there with you and blocks out the noise of the dishwasher or the neighbors or any other sounds. Make sure to wear comfortable clothing, and you may want to have a blanket. Please also don't take any mind-altering substances at least 48 hours before if you can. Doing so just alters the brain chemistry a little, and the hypnotherapy session might not be as effective if you do take those substances within 48 hours. Please also don't have any pets in the room, even the most chill and quiet pets. For some reason, they just don't love when you go into a deep meditation, and they will definitely try to wake you up. So please just leave them out of the room during the 1 hour session. Please also add in a 10-minute buffer after the session just to sit, sip some water, and do some reflection notes before jumping back into your daily life or before going to bed. Just know that you don't have to try to be hypnotized and you don't have to force anything. Just listen to the sound of my voice, and if your mind wanders off, that's totally okay. Your subconscious mind is still listening. So be so proud of yourself for being here, and I'm so honored to be part of this transformation with you. I'll see you in our first session.